All right, hello and welcome back. Brett here with clickmail.co. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it looks like when we actually see that data coming over into a Google Analytics account. Now, I have pulled up a different tag manager account. This is the ClickMail tag manager account, where we actually have an account that's got data that's able to flow through it. The one we have just set up together is going to take some time to have everything propagate and all the data running through it. Just takes 48, 72 hours to get moving. So we've been doing that on the back end, trying to figure out why it's not showing up. It just needs some time. So we're going to pull up this account and show you. You can see lots of tags. This is what a more fully built account might look like. And we have all of the same tags in here that we've built together. We're not going to dig through and find them, but what I am going to do is to show you a potential conversion. And this is just for testing purposes, but what we're going to do is we're going to come over to ClickMill and we're going to come to, say, a service page. And what we want to do, and I'm pulling a random thing out of a hat, but let's just say I want to track when someone goes through the calendar and selects a time. So they select a date and then they select a time. So that's what we've just set up for testing purposes in this video, so you can see it show up in Google Analytics. Now, if I was really going to set this up, I would definitely set it up to track something like the full booking, where I know I have their name and email and a calendar date and everything else. But this was fast and simple to show you so that we can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this. We already have all of those tags set up properly in here. So we're going to go ahead and preview. And we are going to pull up clickmail.co, just as we did the other site. Now, you'll notice when we have the debug view coming up, it's going to say connected. And you'll notice, what do we have? We have the Ga4 linker tag. This is the conversion linker, and this is the configuration tag that we set up in the prior video. We have some additional ones we're not going to get into in this video. But what you will notice is when we come over here, here we go. So the user engagement, we loaded the site. Okay, so this is showing us we have just opened that site. Now, where are we? This is in Analytics, so you'll see Google Analytics. And in order to get this live preview, this is only going to be for you. This is your data when you are working on the conversion tracking on your own site. So the way we get to this is the debug mode. You're going to go to the admin at the bottom. And once we are in the admin, we are going to come down here to debug under the data display. So we're going to go to the debug. And that is going to pull up the debug mode. So you can see here we are with our live information through the site. And usually you'll also have to select one of these and you'll see the data coming in with one of them. In this case, we're already doing it. So you can see the page view came in just now. And you'll also notice, this is actually kind of interesting. It looks like we've had a conversion on the site from myself, but either way, we're going to keep going. So coming back over here, we're going to pull the site up and we're going to see on the website if we are going to get that the calendar time selection properly. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click the button. We're going to see that calendar pop up. We're now tracking the calendar. It's green, which means Neil's awesome and he's setting these things up really well. And so here we go. These are the dates and times available, and we're going to select a time and hit next. All right. Now, in reality, I would probably track the submission of this form or the page behind this form when it loads, the thank you page. But for simplicity's sake, we're going to track this. Now we're going to reload this. And what you'll notice here is we have Christian business banner button click. Okay, so we've got a different conversion in there loading. And you know, this might be the wrong one. Yeah, and so here we go. So here is the invitee select time. So on that page, you can see the time has been selected. This is the code that comes from the data layer, and we've confirmed that on the back end. And so that is what that looks like when it comes in, and you'll see this is the most recent one that we just did. So this one back here was 5 minutes ago. We were testing this. And this is now. So that can take a few seconds to come in, but you'll notice here that blue is an event. And so everything is an event. When you go over to Tag Manager and you set up this tag to fire off an event over into analytics, it's going to show up as blue. Now, what do you need to do to specify it as what Google now calls, or analytics now calls, a key event, which is what we would just call a conversion? What do we need to do? We're just going to come down to events, and all of the events that are showing up as they, like, this is the reason why we needed to do it with a different account, because we already have them showing up. They've already propagated. We've had it long enough. And we went in here and I just found invitee select time right here, and I just turned it on. And I did this just a moment ago. And so when we go back to that debug mode, it is now identifying as a key event. And so when I go then into my live data, if everything is published, and I come to my home and I pull up this live data, I will see that as a conversion here in my key events. So we're now calling it key events, not conversions. And if I scroll through here, if anybody has done that and selected time, I will see that on there. So this is how we track conversion data or key event data in Google Analytics. Neil, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Nope, all good.
All right. Thanks so much for being with me in this video. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Ah.